As long as anyone can remember, I've always wanted to be a doctor. Maybe around the age I was 5, I decided I wanted to work with kids, which is kind of odd because I was a very young kid.
She asked for little anatomy books for Christmas. She had learned the digestive system from mouth to other end very, very completely. And she would tell anyone who wanted to hear how the digestive process worked. And that was, 6 years old.
About 4 years ago, she realized that she could study something challenging like oncology and still be working with children. So she decided that she wanted to be a pediatric oncologist. I didn't know what aplastic anemia was, but I did know what leukemia was. So that was a very long ride to the hospital.
I knew things were going to change when we were driving down to Oakland. So my wife and daughter flew on a care flight down to Oakland.
It was a very quiet flight. It was a very kind of a indication of what our lives was going to be like for a little while.
I was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia, which is blood cancer. So it basically means that your body isn't producing the blood cells you need. The first phase of treatment is really difficult. You have to be in the hospital for an entire month. You're not allowed to leave, and they give you chemo and other drugs every single day. You don't really get breaks like you do the rest of the treatment, so you just kind of feel miserable all the time, and it's a really hard thing physically and emotionally to go through. School was definitely a big worry. I do want to have a medical career, so I do need to do really well in school, and I was worried about how this was going to interrupt that.
We had talked to her a little bit about Make-A-Wish just in general, because they had offered right away when we got down there. The social worker had said, you qualify for Make-A-Wish.
My wish was to go to London and visit the Royal College of Surgeons to see the two-headed Boy of Bengal skull.
You want to see what? Who? What is that? Explain. So she explained, and I personally think it's pretty cool too. So I was all for it. I was like, okay, that is definitely an original request, and this is exactly the kind of thing Make-A-Wish would, shine for.
I just think it's absolutely fascinating. They say that the parasitic twin, the one with just the head and no body, could actually blink or speak because it had the brain, just not a body, and I think that kind of blows my mind.
So Make-A-Wish ladies and I, we planned the surprise for her. They arranged for her to meet Dr. Max, the head of Children's Hospital of Renown. And Dr. Max said, go ahead and head downstairs, it's all for you.
Victoria, your wish has been granted. According to Victoria, seeing the two-headed Boy of Bengal skull at the London College of Surgeons is her lifelong dream, and if this wish would come true, she would cry with excitement. Start crying, baby.
Renown really went all out to make the reveal awesome. We went for 6 days to London, had perfect weather. I don't know how that happened, but the 1 week of the year that London has great weather, we found it. It was just, mind-blowingly awesome.
I think I have the perfect picture of her on her wish day. And I looked over and she was just so thrilled and nervous at the same time.
I did get to go see the two-headed skull, and it was absolutely fantastic. I couldn't pull my eyes off it.
And I remember her saying, there's a little gap in between. I didn't know there was one. So it was absolutely amazing. And that's something that I think really made that experience special.
Where Make-A-Wish sort of kicked in was they arranged for Victoria to have a personalized teaching experience.
They let me use their laparoscopic surgery simulator. They have a fake patient there, and it has 3 holes in its abdomen, and you put in tools and try to operate because it's a lot harder than you'd think. and you get to do stitches with those, which took forever.
What Make-A-Wish means to me was giving us a chance to spend some true quality time together as a family, to really watch Victoria be Victoria in her elements and actually expand her horizon, you know, with exposure to the one thing that she wanted to see more than anything in the world.
They took this, what could have potentially been a down point in Victoria's life, and they made it a memorable, upbeat, positive experience for her, something that she will never forget in a good way.